Good morning, Phoenixes. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope that you guys are prepared for the weekend. Things are getting super serious this week. And as I have been working on this online summit that is coming up in just a month, I realized that you guys could probably use a little lesson this morning about planning and pivoting. So one of the things that I talked about probably like a week ago was about focus. And when I brought up focus, basically I said to look at your goals, focus on them, choose one word for the year, and focus on that one word to accomplish that goal. Okay? But what I didn't talk about is what happens when your plan fails. All right? And that's going to happen. Or if for some reason you get backtracked, if you start your healing journey and then you have to put it on hold. This is something that happens quite often, and a lot of people will actually tell you, including myself, that it's actually healthy when you are healing, that you should take a break after you've hit a point where you have to reanalyze, plan, and pivot. It's good to actually take that break and sit in your healing, in your current state of healing. And I bring this up today because I had a situation at the beginning of this week where I had to pivot. I have had a plan for this summit for the last 3 months, if you will. And I've been working really hard towards that goal. And at the beginning of this week, I lost one of my speakers due to COVID, and, vacations and things like that. And what I had to do was I had to pivot. Now, with people who do know me, what they know is that I live in a constant state of change. The universe is constantly giving me some type of changing something. This is always a thing. It's always been a thing. I've always been in a state of transformation. So when this happened, the first thing that happened was I kind of decided, oh crap, I'm stressed out, which is fine. I went ahead and felt my feelings about it, and I talked to someone about it. I talked to one of my partners about it. He had messaged me and asked me how I was doing that day. And I told him, listen, I am stressed. I am overwhelmed. This is quite ridiculous. I was over it. Did that mean I was going to stop planning? No, because I still had focus. So what I did was I kind of just sat there for a minute and thought about what I can do to actually make this happen. And instead of just giving up and saying, all right, I'm done with this, this is the most that we can do, this is the cap, I decided, all right, let's go ahead and do a different plan. Let's go ahead and turn that plan. We're going to pivot, and we're going to continue on the path, but in a different direction. All right? And that's what I want you guys to keep in mind when you're thinking about when you're focusing on your healing journey, and where you want that to go. We have this idea of what our healing looks like, which is not a bad thing. We want it to look a certain way. We want our lives to be a certain way after we have started healing. And sometimes there is a fault in that process, and it stops us from healing, whether it's we hit a wall, whether it's we get too busy, whether it's something in our dynamic changes, something. Okay? And I'm here to tell you that is okay. Take the break for as long as you need. And if you have to set a time for it because you know how you are and how you will actually be once you stop something, set a time limit. Say, okay, I'm going to take 3 days. I'm going to take a week. And then every subsequent week or every 3 days after that, depending on how I feel, I will reevaluate and start my process again. Because at the end of it all, you deserve the healing that you are trying to achieve. But in order to achieve it, sometimes you have to pivot. Think of it as traffic or construction. Right now, where I live in Cleveland, they are doing a whole bunch of construction. And I had to pivot. I had to change course so that I could still get to work every day. And sometimes you're going to have to do that. It sucks to have to change course when you are doing something that is so important to you. It sucks to have to change course. However, if you are steadfast in that journey, and that is what you want to accomplish, then you are going to do everything in your power to make sure that it still happens. And by doing that, you can still accomplish it. It may take a little bit longer, but you'll still want to do that because that's something that you've been working towards. It's what your goal is. So today, this wonderful, wonderful Friday, I want you to remember, if something is not going the way that you want it to, if something is messed up, if there is a roadblock, anything, replan and pivot. And then work the new plan. Because that's going to help you really see what it is that you want to accomplish. I hope that you guys have a wonderful Friday. And I will definitely see you guys soon. So I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful day, family.